Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is the Anime Man, and right now I am over on livechart.me with the upcoming Spring 2016 anime list. And today I'm going to be answering the question, what will I be watching for Spring 2016? Did one of these for the Winter 2016 last season with my buddy Soul Animation. If you guys want to check that out, leave a link in the description below. I'll also be doing a seasonal roundup of the Winter 2016 anime season when it comes out. And when that does come out, the link again will be in the description. But for now, we're going to go through some of the ones on this list that I have seen a few trailers for already. Some of them look fairly interesting, if I do say so myself. But I'm going to be letting you guys know which ones I will be personally watching. Okay, first right off the bat, God Eater. Now this is an anime that was from a game. Now, if I'm remembering, oh yeah, that's right. So it ended it ended at episode 9 or 10, I believe it was. I didn't actually watch the anime because it didn't really interest me. Since I played the game first, I found the game much more interesting. I was like, I can't really see them being turned into an anime. I've heard some good things about it. I've heard some mixed things about it predominantly, but it looks like they're going to be airing the episode 10 and 13 apparently 2 hours from now, so by the time this video is up it's probably been up for a few days already, so I guess go check it out. I'm not going to check this out though because again I haven't watched the anime. The 3D animation done by UFO Table was very mixed. Some people liked it, some people didn't. I'm going to stick to the game, but let me know what you guys think about it. Now, one that really interests me after watching the trailer is this one right here, Mayoiga. Now, this is a Dio Media original from what I've seen, and let's read through the synopsis. 30 young men and women who have come together on a shady bus tour. The tour's destination, an elusive, possibly non-existent village called Nanakimura. In Nanakimura, one can lead a utopian existence, free of the world's obstacles, or so it is rumored, like an urban legend. In despair over the real world, wanting to escape the tedious daily life, wanting to restart your life from scratch, the bus heads deeper into the mountains, carrying 30 people each, with their own expectations and wounds in their hearts. And so the place these 30 arrived at was an uninhabited village with the lingering faint sense of life, even though it is falling apart. What is the truth of Nanakimura facing the 30? You can't even miss one episode. I don't think I will. I'll actually be watching this one because, if you guys don't know, big fan myself of personally stuff like mystery, suspense, drama, and from the looks of this trailer that I saw over on YouTube, this one looks really super interesting. Don't mind the noise in the background, guys. Again, I'm going to be very interested since it's from Dio Media and it is an original. So it can be a serious gamble. Like, this could end up being a brilliant drama, like slash mystery, or it could end up being a complete flop. We really don't know. When I see original, I'm just like, but I want to believe that Dio Media will do something great with it, so be on the lookout for that. Now, this is one that I just don't understand. Terraformers Revenge. Now, I didn't actually watch. I'm a big fan of the manga series. The original manga series for Terraformers is absolutely brilliant, but I couldn't stand the fucking first season of the anime because of the terrible censoring that just takes everything away. I'm sure the uncensored version was brilliant, but I just couldn't handle it. And especially after reading the manga, this is one that I just couldn't really process well. So I'm super surprised the second season's coming out. When it says revenge, hopefully it'll be a revenge on the actual censor bars, because that's what these guys are fighting more against than the fucking cockroach aliens. So I'll be on the lookout for that one. Now, this is the one that a lot of people have been looking forward to, and that is Gyakuten Saiban, Sono Shinjitsu Igiari. I personally have never actually played any of the Gakusen Saiban games, but I have heard great things about the game, and I know for a lot of fans of the Gakusen Saiban series, and even not, this one is a big name that is coming out. So I'm definitely going to check this one out. It's going to look really interesting. I am going to play the games. Don't worry, Gakusen Saiban fans. I will play the games. Just don't get off my ass. Here's another one which I don't fucking understand how it got a season 2 at all. Gakusen Toshi Asterick. I personally fucking hated it. It was another one of those bullshit A1 Pictures light novel adaptations which just failed horribly, and it's just, I don't know. To me, like, I want to believe in A1. A1 have done some great series, but I don't know, every time A1 does one of these, like, you know, action comedy, ecchi, like right here, action comedy, ecchi fantasy, romance, school, sci-fi, when I see that with A1 Pictures and light novel, I don't know, it's a serious gamble. It can either be really good, or it can either be an absolute shit fight. And unfortunately for me, Gakusen Toshi Asterick was an absolute shit fight. It is the most generic light novel adaptation I've ever seen. And, like, that's not saying, for me, that's not saying the anime was bad. Like, I'm saying, like, even the light novel was bad. Like, I actually went out and bought the first volume of Gakusen Toshi Asterick just because I was like, the anime was so bad. I'm kind of interested to see how bad the light novel is. Maybe the light novel was okay, and maybe A1 just kind of fucked it up with the transition over to anime. But no, the light novel was absolutely a piece of shit as well, so I'm sorry if you liked Asterisk, guys, but I thought it was absolutely fucking boring, and I don't understand how it got a season 2, so yay. Now, what can we say about this one right here? I think this is probably the most hyped anime for this season, and maybe for this year, Boku no Hero Academia. Now, if you guys don't know, the manga for this is a humongous success over in Japan, but also over in the Western anime community. And a few of my friends like Noble and Misty are big fans of this. I actually recently started reading this as well, because I never actually caught up with it. Like, it was one of those, like, manga that just kind of slipped away from me. But I recently started reading it. It is brilliant so far. I'm sure it gets better later on, and everybody is hyped for this anime to come out. Now, it's done by Studio Bones, who have kind of got a mixed track record. Again, depending on, like, their actual source material and how they decide to adapt it, it can differ. But I like to believe in Bone Studios. Bone Studios have usually done quite a few good series, like a few memorable series. So hopefully we'll be able to expect great things from Boku no Hero Academia, considering the huge hype around it. I'm kind of worried though about Boku no Hero Academia that the hype might destroy it. I'm not too sure, but from my time, seeing like all of these series getting hyped and whatnot, I think this is going to end up being like another one of those One Punch Man ones. It's just going to be another One Punch Man where like the manga is huge, and then it becoming an anime was a huge hype, and the anime was really good, but then it just kind of drifts away after a while. Like, there are still people talking about it, within the midst, because, it's such a big thing. Like, there are still people talking about One Punch Man, but I'm hoping this won't happen to Boku no Hero Academia. But I'm certain that this anime is going to be fantastic, and most likely than not, probably going to be the best of the season. That's just how that shit works. Usually the most hyped becomes the best, so yeah, I'm definitely going to be checking that one out. Okay, here's another one which looked really cool at first. It looked really cool at first. 100, right here, done by production IMS. Now, it looked really cool from the poster, and it looked really cool from, like, the actual title and everything, but when I went out and watched the trailer, I just started laughing, because it's literally like Unlimited Bahamut Chronicles running this season right now. It is just your absolutely generic, like, action, ecchi, like, mecha romance, school sci-fi, as it says right there, light novel adaptation. It's just so generic that it's laughable, and already the trailer has put me off so much from it, because it's literally like taking Infinite Stratos and, like, shitty fucking light novel adaptations like Asterisk and just mashing it together into this just bullshit fan service, like, baity light novel stupidness. I'm sorry if you like that kind of stuff, but I personally am sick of it. I want to see something new, for God's sake. Like, we have great things like Boku no Hero Academia and, like, all these other shows, and they decide to take all these light novels. Like, the biggest thing for me is, I'm probably going to do a rant about this in the future, but, like, I don't understand how all of these light novel stories somehow get published, by, like, Gakuga Bunko and, like, Dengeki Bunko and all these, like, giant light novel companies and publications, when they're all the fucking same thing. Like, I've seen so many iterations of these kinds of shows, like Infinite Stratos, Asterix, like 100, like already 100, and like Unlimited Bahamut Chronicles, and like, all of these like generic light novel. It's like the default template light novel stuff, and unfortunately 100 just looks like one of those, but with somehow shittier animation, because instead of A1 Pictures, it's done by Production IMS. So I'm going to check this out only to see how just generic they're going to make it, but honestly, I'm expecting the same kind of shit like I did with Asterick. Oh my god, it's great to see Production IG's name right now, because this one looks promising in my opinion. Joker game. The original novel was set in 1937 before World War II begins in earnest. Lieutenant Colonel Yuki of the Imperial Japanese Army forms the D Agency. Ooh, the D Agency. That's one step above the D Club. D Agency cast a wide net to find agents beyond Japanese military personnel, and Yuki established D Agency's tenets, which go against IJA doctrine. Don't kill, don't get killed, don't get captured. So this one is kind of like a spy agency, like the building of a spy agency in the early 1900s. And it looks really, really cool in my opinion. Done by Production IG, so the art style, it looks super cool. The animation style looks really cool, and the kind of mystery and like grittiness that is surrounded usually by series that are based around this kind of time period. Boku was another great example. I don't remember if that was done by Production IG. I'll probably say on the screen somewhere if I'm right or wrong or not. But it really, when I saw the trailer for Joker Game, it really gave off the vibe that I saw in Boku. And Boku is just an absolutely such a good anime. So hopefully I will get, you know, Boku standards or somewhere around there. This is based off just a straight up novel. So I'm hoping Production IG will do the novel justice, and if not, then I'm probably going to go out and read the novel if I enjoyed it or not. So this one is, I guess, one to look out for if you're looking for something a little bit different next season. This one right here as well also looked fairly interesting. Unfortunately, the trailer didn't give me much of an indication as to what kind of anime it exactly was, as Sosen Omyoji. So Dokuro dreams of becoming anything but an exorcist. Then mysterious Benio turns up. The pair are dubbed the Twin Star Exorcists and learn they are fated to marry. Oh, can Dokuro escape both fates? When Dokuro's best friend Ryogo goes missing, Dokuro is forced to ask Benio to help her enter Magano, the realm of the evil Kegare, to rescue him. Now this one has a lot of, already from the sounds of it, you guys may know, it has a lot of Japanese, like traditional Japanese mythology involved in it. Now, when I saw the few short action scenes that I did see in the trailer, reminded me a lot, actually, of Divine Gate, which is an anime running this season right now. It might have ended by the time you see this video, which is interesting because it's done by the exact same studio as Divine Gate, Studio Pierrot. So, this one, again, I'm going to check out. It might be interesting, it might not. Depends on how they take the story and all that, because, you know, all the nitpicky stuff, it's kind of hard to determine from a trailer that hardly shows anything what it's going to be like. So I'm going to check this one out, see how it goes. Now, this one right here, I am very, very interested in, because it's just... when I saw that, I was like, well, I was actually getting quite hyped when I saw the trailer for this. Bungou Stray Cats. So, Nakajima Atsushi was kicked out of his orphanage and now he has no place to go and no food. While he's standing by a river on the brink of starvation, he rescues a man whimsically attempting suicide. That man is Dazai Osamu, and his partner, Kunikida, are members of a very special detective agency. They have supernatural powers and deal with cases that are too dangerous for the police or the military. They're tracking down a tiger that has appeared in the area recently, around the time Atsushi came to the area. The time series serves as a connecting to Atsushi, and by the time the case is solved, it is clear that Atsushi's future will involve much more of Dazai and the rest of the detectives. Now, what is interesting that I found is that all of the characters are based off of very, very famous Japanese authors that exist in real life. Dazai Osamu is a huge author. He's big, okay? He's a big deal. And I saw other names like Akutagawa Ryunosuke and Edogawa Rampo and all of these huge, like, pretty much, you know, names that anybody would know in Japan as characters in this anime. And it makes a lot of sense. Like, Bungou means, like, literacy gods or literacy greats. So it makes a lot of sense that all of these characters actually have names based off of real-life literacy greats, like Dazai Osamu, Edogawa Rampo, Akutagawa Ryunosuke. So, being a literacy freak myself concerning Japanese literacy, if you couldn't already tell, this looks really, really interesting. And considering it's done by Bones again, who is usually pretty good with these kinds of action-based, supernatural mystery kind of shows, this one, I think, is going to be the rough diamond in this season. Hopefully. I'm hoping, but already from the trailer and already from the concept, this looks like it's going to be the underdog of this season. So me personally, I'm going to be checking out this one and keeping an eye on this one the most. Now this is another one again, which I don't want to say looks like an Attack on Titan ripoff. I don't know which one came first, but concerning anime wise, this looks like it was ripped straight from Attack on Titan, which is not a coincidence considering it's done by the exact same studio. This one is Kotetsujo no Kabaneri. So the steampunk survival action story takes place on the island Hinomoto, where humans hide themselves in fortresses called stations against the threat of zombie-like beings with steel hearts known as kabane. Only armored locomotives known as Hayajiro go between the stations. Now already, it sounds a lot like Attack on Titan, if you guys couldn't fucking figure out. Like, Kabane is literally the Titans, and like all of these people living in isolation trying to survive from these zombie-like beings. And if you check out the trailer over on YouTube, it literally looks like just an adapted Attack on Titan. Considering also the fact that Kaji Yuki also does a voice performance, who did the voice of Eren, and I'm sure there are other like voice actors and actresses from the Attack on Titan series, because Wit Studio usually likes to bring like the same kind of voice actors to their works. So, I mean, if you enjoyed Attack on Titan, then I'm sure you will enjoy Kotetsujo no Kabaneri, but I am going to check this out. Just because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the Attack on Titan anime as well. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't bad, let's just say that. So, I am going to check this one out. It looks fairly interesting, but I'm just hoping it's not an Attack on Titan ripoff. Now, this is a one, again, I think is quite a bit of an underdog from this season that I'm hoping is going to be just as good as the original manga, and that is Sakamoto desu ga. This one, I read the manga a few times, just because it's been doing quite good over in Japan, and it's really funny. I've read the first volume of this manga, and it is pretty funny, so hopefully Studio Dean will do the anime justice. It's going to be one of those like parody, like very quirky comedy series from the looks of it, you know, like the in the realms of like Danshi Koukosei no Nichijou and like Lucky Star and like that kind of realm, but you know, obviously with much cooler looking characters like Sakamoto right here. So if you enjoy those kinds of shows, then I'm sure this one is going to be really funny, really good. But I'll be on the lookout for this one. Hopefully it'll be good. Now here is another one that has been like slowly brimming in the depths of the anime community, while over like at the top layer, you know, shows like Boku no Hero Academia have been like really hyping up this season. This one is like slowly being brought up from the bottom, and that is Kizaiver. Why? Because it's done by Studio Trigger, who did shows like Kill la Kill, and this one, from the looks of it, is another Trigger original. So a lot of people expecting the greatness that Trigger showed of Kill la Kill, and I'm going to quickly read the synopsis, but just kind of think back to Kill la Kill while reading this synopsis. The story takes place in a fictional Japanese city named Sugomori. Jesus Christ, Sugomori City. That's rather difficult to say. One day, Sonosaki tells her classmate Katsuhara, "You have been selected to be a Kizaiver. The Kizuna system, which allows Katsuhira to share his wounds, connects him to the classmates whose lives and personalities completely differ from his. The Kizuna system is an incomplete system for the implementation of a world peace that connects people through wounds. All those who are connected to this system are called Kizaivers. When one Kizaiver is wounded, the system divides and transmits the wounds over to the other Kizaivers." Okay? Sugomori City is built on reclaimed land, but as the years go by, the city's population is decreasing. The story is set in the town where Katsuhara and the others live. So, that synopsis wasn't the greatest, but if you look at like trailers over on YouTube, already the feel of it is very Kill la Kill. I mean, the art style is just as like kind of out there as it was with Kill la Kill. I don't want to say like low quality, because Kill la Kill wasn't really low quality. In fact, it was rather high quality considering the budget that it had. So I'm hoping that Kizaiver will be one of those. I'm just hoping that they don't fuck up the ending like they did with Kill la Kill, but we won't know. We won't know, so we'll have to definitely check this one out. Now, this one right here as well, I just happened to stumble upon the, this one I happened to stumble upon the trailer as well, and I laughed my ass off, because this one is probably gonna be shit. I mean, I'm still gonna watch it, not because of the genres. Don't. I mean, if you'll see the trailer, you'll know why I just laughed, because this is like based off just your absolutely generic, bishonen, like ecchi kind of visual novels. I've never even heard of this studio before, Axis. I don't know if they're new. I don't know if they're new to just the anime. Maybe they've done like hentai stuff before. I have no idea, to be honest, until I look it up. But this one, I believe, is going to be pretty generic. It's probably not going to be very good. I just really laughed at the trailer because it was like, oh, it's one of these anime. Okay. But, I mean, if you like that kind of stuff, then I guess go check it out. So there you go, guys. That was my kind of, I guess, initial thoughts on the Spring 2016 anime season. Those are the shows that I'll be keeping an eye on, or not keeping an eye on, as I showed you guys. Again, I don't have a definitive feeling of these series. Again, the only thing I'm basing this off is of trailers that I saw, of the ones that there are, of the past, like, kind of, you know, word spreading around either the actual anime or its original source material, or literally from the synopsis that I read here and on other places. So, again, I might be completely wrong. The ones that I said were really shit might end up being really good, and the ones that I said were really good might end up being a huge disappointment. We won't know until the main season starts, but it seems that the main season roughly is going to start 2 weeks from now. By the time this video goes up, I'd say around 10 days from now. So late March is when this season is going to start. Until then, I gotta catch up on all the winter 2016 anime. Hopefully, by the time you guys see this video, whenever that may be, my winter 2016 anime season seasonal roundup will be up. I just got to catch up on all these series again. But again, guys, let me know in the comments below what series you'll be watching from 2016 spring anime season. Let me know what you guys think of the different series that I kind of spotlighted on this list. And yeah, give me your initial thoughts on this season's anime. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more anime banter. Keep watching anime. Johnny!